Old Boy 2003 is a South Korean neo-noir action thriller directed by Park Shin-wook. The film follows the story of Oh Dae-soo, a man who is inexplicably imprisoned for 15 years and then released, as he seeks to uncover the truth behind his captor's motives and exact vengeance. The film begins with Oh Dae-soo celebrating his daughter's birthday in a telephone booth while heavily intoxicated. He is arrested for public drunkenness and taken to a police station. His friend Ju-hwan arrives to pick him up, but before they can leave, Dae-soo is kidnapped off the street. Dae-soo wakes up in a small, windowless room resembling a cheap motel. He is held captive for 15 years without explanation, and his only contact with the outside world is through a television. He watches as his wife is murdered, and he is framed for the crime. The TV also serves as his clock, marking the passing of years during his imprisonment. Desperate and isolated, Dae-soo keeps a journal, recording his thoughts and memories. He trains his body for combat, punching the walls of his cell to develop strength and endurance. He also attempts to dig a hole through the wall to escape but is stopped when his cell is filled with sleeping gas. After 15 years, Dae-soo is released on a rooftop without any explanation. He is given a new suit, a wallet full of cash, and a mobile phone. As he tries to adjust his newfound freedom, he meets a young woman named Mido at a sushi restaurant. Dae-soo tells her his story, and she offers to help him seek revenge. Dae-soo receives a phone call from his captor, Lee Woo-jin, who taunts him with clues to the reason for his imprisonment. Woo-jin gives Dae-soo a deadline of 5 days to discover the truth, threatening to kill Mido if he fails. Dae-soo starts investigating by tracking down the source of the fried dumplings he was served during his captivity. He locates the restaurant and, from there, the private prison where he was held. He confronts the warden, Mr. Park, and tortures him for information, learning that his captor is a wealthy man named Lee Woo-jin. Dae-soo also discovers that Woo-jin had been watching him through hidden cameras during his captivity and continues to do so after his release. As Dae-soo continues to investigate his past and seek answers for his imprisonment, he and Mido begin to develop a romantic relationship. They become lovers, finding comfort in each other's company as they both deal with their individual traumas. With Mido's help, Dae-soo begins to uncover the connection between Woo-jin and his own past. He recalls that during his high school days, he witnessed Woo-jin having sex with his sister Suo in a storage room. Dae-soo carelessly spread the rumor of their incestuous relationship, leading to severe consequences. Suo became pregnant, and when the rumor reached her, she committed suicide out of shame. Dae-soo's memories lead him to Woo-jin's penthouse, where he finds Mr. Han, Woo-jin's right-hand man, who reveals that he was hired to kidnap and imprison Dae-soo. Dae-soo overpowers Mr. Han and confronts Woo-jin, who finally reveals the reason for Dae-soo's imprisonment. Woo-jin blames Dae-soo for his sister's death and sought revenge by taking away Dae-soo's freedom and destroying his life. As Dae-soo confronts Woo-jin, the true extent of Woo-jin's twisted scheme is revealed. Woo-jin shows Dae-soo a photo album that contains pictures of Mido as a child, and Dae-soo is horrified to discover that Mido is, in fact, his own daughter. Woo-jin had manipulated events to ensure that Dae-soo and Mido would fall in love and have a sexual relationship, making Dae-soo unknowingly commit incest, just as Woo-jin and his sister had done years before. This revelation is the ultimate act of revenge, as Woo-jin forces Dae-soo to experience the same shame and pain that he and his sister endured. Devastated by the truth, Dae-soo begs Woo-jin not to tell Mido about their true relationship, even going so far as to cut out his own tongue as a symbol of his silence and remorse for the rumor he spread in the past. Woo-jin, seemingly satisfied with Dae-soo's suffering, agrees to keep the secret and leaves. In the aftermath of their confrontation, Woo-jin is haunted by the memory of his sister's death. Overcome with grief and guilt, he takes his own life in an elevator, using a remote control to trigger a bullet from a pacemaker-like device implanted in his heart. Dae-soo, desperate to protect Mido from the truth, seeks out a hypnotist, hoping to erase his memory of their true relationship. The hypnotist agrees to help, and Dae-soo undergoes a hypnotic session, during which he is told that when he sees Mido again, he will remember nothing about their relationship as father and daughter. The film's final scene takes place in a snow-covered field, where Dae-soo encounters Mido. As they embrace, it is unclear whether the hypnosis has truly erased Dae-soo's memory or if he is still tormented by the knowledge of their blood relationship. The audience is left to wonder if Dae-soo and Mido can find happiness together, despite the dark truth that binds them.